Back here on TYT Sports, Francis and Jason. Jason, what is that right there?
Be the rundown graphic, Francis.
That's a rundown graphic, and that gives our audience the ability to see what we're talking about today and gives you guys the power. You have the power. Someone throw in that song. What is it? Sing it in your highest pitched voice.
Tower of Power?
I've got the power.
Oh, that one. Okay.
All right, so you've got the power to choose whatever story you want to see us talk about today. So this is what we're going to talk about right here.
You can't do this. Guys, it's very simple, okay? Kicking it with Ronaldo.
Because you're looking here.
As you see on the side of your screen, there will be 3 to 4 different stories regarding the day's clips. So if you're watching this clip, we're going to eventually get to Cristiano Ronaldo. But about 30 minutes apart, each of these clips will be posted. So if you're watching this later in the day, maybe the next day, maybe the following week, you got Ronaldo that you're looking at right now, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But if you don't want to hear about Ronaldo and you want to hear about Porzingis, Francis, where could they click?
They can click right here. Got it! Yes.
And what if they want to hear
mirrors.
a little bit about Super Bowl 50 and the Panthers and the Broncos?
Tab right here.
Oh, we got it. There you go. And it won't just
Practice
be those
makes
3
perfect.
same stories. Sometimes we'll cover everything from the NFL to the NBA to the MLB. Francis, what do we need from them?
We need your guys' feedback. We need to know what you guys think about this new format, this new way of telling our beautiful stories about the beautiful games. There is beautiful games out there. It's not just football, but there is. The idea is we want to try and clear this cloudy vision of just talking about certain sports. We want to talk about every sport, and sometimes there might be more football, there might be more soccer. You guys get the choice to choose. So let's kick things off with Cristiano Ronaldo. So this is one of the first times that Cristiano Ronaldo's kicking ability, Jason, has came under scrutiny. Not his ability to put the ball in the back of the net. We know the Portuguese international does this very well. He's somewhat mastered his trade, maybe?
Yeah,
I'd say so.
He's up there.
But at the same time, he's not mastered his ability to try and, I would say, disguise his frustration. Because in the last 2 games, specifically against Sporting Gijon and Real Betis, there has been footage of him kicking out at an opponent. So we've got a couple of screenshots here to showcase what we mean when it comes to Ronaldo. So as you can see here, this is a few weeks back against, and again, they're winning 5-0. This is what frustrates me, but I'll get to that in a minute. So this was the first example, and he did the exact same thing against Real Betis. There's a closer look. You can see frustration coming alive from him there. But what I wanted to talk about, Jason, is that I understand that this happens. I understand that this is more common in a lot of things in sports, especially in football, when 2 players collide off the ball because one player's trying to make a run. And when you're playing against Cristiano Ronaldo, you're going to try and hinder him in any way possible. You're going to try and cut off his run. You're going to try and make things difficult for him. Ronaldo historically seems to have dealt with this, but in recent times it seems like he's been a little rash in his actions and definitely could merit a red card. But he's not been punished. Not yet.
Look, when I watch Ronaldo play, we know that we did a clip. Actually, we did 2 clips, now that I think about it, over the past year.
We've done a million clips on Ronaldo.
In specific regards to Ronaldo's temper and him being selfish, we did 2 of those. And as you mentioned multiple times, you got to be selfish if you're a striker. You are supposed to have that quality if you were a lone striker on a lone team. Granted, Real Madrid plays a little bit differently. I get it. Makes sense. Fair enough. But Ronaldo, I don't think this is fair towards Ronaldo, Cristiano. Because, it's like the opposite. Only because if you watch an entire weekend of footballing action across all the leagues, there's guys kicking at each other. They're sliding with their studs out. There's uglier types of plays and players out there that are getting away with it. And maybe, I get that he hasn't been punished or fined yet, and that's because he's Cristiano Ronaldo. But if he keeps it up, he will. Think for the most part, there's only one way to stop one of the world's best footballers ever. Sometimes you gotta slide in with your studs out. Sometimes he's gonna retaliate by kicking you in the butt.
Yeah,
as the Real Betis game shows you.
And as when I in my times playing, my coach would always say, "Let them know you're there. Let them know I'm here. I'm here to mark you." Is this hurting you? I'm here to mark you.
Like that's it. That's all you do. You're like,
yeah. No. Then I'll do the armpit grab. I've already talked about all the dirty techniques. I've been.
What's
kissed
with
in
the
cheek.
neck choke in soccer? What's with the force choke?
That's something you shouldn't be doing as much now because you're obviously proclaiming to the referee that your hands are coming to his head. You're probably going to get sent off. But people are calling for Ronaldo to be punished by this, and according to a few quotes, one of the players involved said that it was ugly what he was doing. But Ronaldo himself responded to what he thinks about
Ronaldo's also never been called ugly before.
That's true.
But according from ESPN FC, Cristiano Ronaldo said it was instinctive. They could have shown me a yellow card. If I kicked him on purpose, he would not have got up. I shouldn't have done it.
So one point I did want to make before we round out this clip is that off the ball instances are highlighted And I'm surprised that there wasn't someone catching this, because that infamous altercation in the World Cup between Luis Suarez and Materazzi, where he took a bite out of his shoulder. Same thing happens. They come across, they clash. Materazzi's trying to impede Suarez. Suarez bites his shoulder, then falls to the ground in writhing pain. Oh, my teeth hit his shoulder. His shoulder took a chunk out of my teeth. All right, whatever happens, Ronaldo's doing the exact same thing. If you watch the clips again, you see him either curling in pain, saying that his elbow struck him, but trying to take the light away from the fact that he kicked him. I just think Ronaldo needs to watch his back a little bit here, because the referees now are going to be looking out for this. Obviously, there's a lot of players up in arms that he's not been fined for this at the moment, and that just brings to light maybe more views towards prejudice, whether or not Ronaldo and Real Madrid as a whole get a little bit more leeway, same with Barcelona and Messi as a whole. So it's all going to come down to it, whether or not Ronaldo gets away with this in the near future. If he does it again, you can mark my words that someone will take some action.